Hey, everybody, you know the drill. It's in time for Anita's Wednesday Wisdom Highlights. I'm so glad you're watching. Please drop an emoji or a comment. You know how this works. Let me know who's watching. I have a question for you today. We were talking last night in the Personal Growth Power Hour about finding our purpose and our passion, or maybe redefining, because it can evolve over the years. And we were talking about, I want to ask you this one question. Do you like what you're doing now as a job or a career? Do you like what you're doing now? One of the first jobs I got when I was younger, when I first got married, was a job working in a florist shop as a bookkeeper. Now, I love crunching the numbers and balancing the checkbook and that sort of thing, but that's about all I liked about that job. I'm not much of a morning person, and I had to work, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. I had to get up early every day, fight traffic all the way to work and all the way home on I-4. And I never got to talk to people. I was in an office all by myself. Occasionally I would talk to somebody on the phone, but rarely did I get to socialize or have any interaction with people. And of course, you guys all know I am a people person. I have to talk to people. So I was miserable. I remember every Friday I couldn't wait to get off work. And every Sunday night I would ruin my Sunday evenings because I would dread going back to work on Monday. Now, part of the reason why I had such a negative attitude was because of my perspective. I felt like I had to work, right? I felt like I didn't have a choice. And I know so many people that say they hate their job and they feel like they don't have a choice. They feel like they have to stay. They have to stay for the insurance, or they have to stay for the money, or they have to stay because they don't feel qualified or valuable enough to get a different job, or they would have to take extra training that they don't have time or money for, or they're afraid that they won't be able to provide for their family. And I get it. I felt that same way. I felt like I had to work instead of looking at work as a choice. And instead of looking at work as a privilege, something I get to do instead of something I had to do. But it drove me to, the not wanting to work. When my son was born, when I had to go back to work after my maternity leave, it broke my heart. I wanted to stay home with him, but I felt like I had to go back to work. I couldn't afford to stay home. But then when my daughter was born, I realized I'm paying 2/3 of my salary to somebody else to watch my kids while I work. I said, why don't I just have people pay me to watch their kids, and then I can be home with my own kids? And that's exactly what I did. Now, thank God that was not my calling either. However, it did start me on a path of being an entrepreneur and stepping out of my comfort zone and thinking I don't have to work in a job at an office that I don't like. I can do something different. So let me ask you this. What would you love to do? If you don't like what you're doing now, what would you love to do? Let me read you this quote from Jim Carrey. I love this quote. He was speaking at a commencement ceremony when he said this. He said, "My father could have been a great comedian, but he decided to make a conservative choice and take a job as an accountant. When I was 12 years old, my dad was let go from that job, and my family had to do whatever we could to survive. I've learned a great many lessons from my father, not the least of which was that you can fail at what you don't want. So why not take a chance on doing what you love?" Why not take a chance on doing what you love? If you'd like some help with that, getting the courage or finding your purpose and knowing what it is that's your passion so that you can pursue it, come on and join us in the bi-monthly program. You are going to love it. The Personal Growth Power Hour, twice a month over Zoom. So convenient, but so impactful. That's it for today. Drop an emoji. Tell me, what would you love to do? If you could have any job in the world, what would you love to do?